Yeah, we should be going live in just a second here. I think we're up. Hey guys, seeing a couple people jumping jumping on right now. Lisa, Sharon, if you guys can hear me, can you chat into the or to type into the chat box quick? Just want to make sure everything's up and running right now. All right, it doesn't look like we actually have the chat box up and running right now. It looks like our partner Arun is working on that. Welcome everybody. I'm going to wait a couple more minutes for everyone to join us. As you guys know, we're supposed to be kicking off pretty much right now, but I'm sure there's going to be a couple stragglers. If you guys want to sit tight for just a minute, we'll be getting started. I'm going to share my screen with you guys right now. Okay, and it looks like there's actually, it's not a chat box, but there's a little message box down at the bottom below the screen that you guys are looking at. So if you have any questions or anything, you guys can ping me there. Lisa, thank you for shooting over that message. Yes, guys, I did fix my hair compared to the videos that I was sending out earlier this week. So Lisa's one of our customers. We've chatted a couple times, so she gets to make fun of my hair, I guess. Anyways, we're gonna hold off here for just another minute or two. Wait for a couple more stragglers to come in. While we are sitting here, if you guys do want to shoot me a quick message, all of those messages come directly into my email, so you guys can shoot over a message with any questions that you have, anything you'd like to see me cover or answer on this this presentation. Just feel free to message that in, and we're going to get started here in about a minute or two. So just hang tight. I was going to ask everyone to share where they're from right now in the chat, but it doesn't look like we're going to have that that up and working. Don't worry about that. Like I said, if you guys do have any questions or anything like that, feel free to shoot them over, and we're going to start in about 30 seconds to a minute here. We got a couple more people that are jumping on. Ken, Sharon, welcome you guys. Looking forward to chatting with everyone. And Mauricio, I just got your email quick. We will be discussing a little bit about those instant booking forms that I talked to you about on the phone last week. We will be covering those a little bit. I'll have an example here and stuff. So just sit tight for that. All right, guys, let's get started. So welcome today to our free training on 4 easy ways to increase your cleanings and profits in your MAID business. So as many of you know, I'm Amar Ghosh. I'm the CEO and co-founder of ZenMaid.com software. Just wanted to welcome you guys. Thank you all for taking the time. I know it's Saturday and part of your weekend, so I really appreciate you guys setting aside some time to chat. So since you guys have already made the investment to get on today, I'd like you guys to do yourselves a favor and not distract yourselves. Grab a pen and paper so you can take notes on this presentation. Put away your phone and just focus on these slides. I know that's not always the easiest to do, but I can guarantee you if you guys, apply these things that we're going to go over today, they're going to show real differences in your business very, very quickly, and we'll jump into just why that is here in just a moment. So just while we're given just another 30 seconds for people to hop on, show of hands, I can see you guys if you have your webcams on. Show of hands, how many of you guys today want more cleanings that are easier to land, where you just show up, you clean the home, and you leave with both a profit in your pocket and you leave a happy customer? Show of hands, how many people that are running MAID services currently would like to see that in their businesses? Okay, good. Almost everyone. I'd expect everyone to raise their hands. It's fine. Maybe you don't know if your webcam's on or whatever, but I would expect everyone here to be wanting that. So that's why we put together this presentation for you today. And so in the next 30 minutes, you guys are going to learn a couple cool things. So Sarah and Javier, you guys are going to learn how to use your email addresses and your signatures to generate new business regularly. Now, Donna and Karen, I know you guys are always thinking about how to get really big really quickly in a manageable way. And so today we're going to go over why asking for referrals is the difference between a mediocre maid service and a massive maid service that just grows and grows and grows. Now, Karen and Ken, we're going to be going over how to get new leads and customers to sign up with your service without you even having to take a phone call about it. And Sharon and Lisa, I think you guys are really going to like this one because we're going to learn how to implement all of this today, all of it. And then fifth, I know it's only 4 things on the webinar, but if we have time today, especially for you, Mauricio, we're going to dive in to your email pool and how you can go back to your collection of emails again and again and again to sit here and get new customers and to create more business and more profits for your maid service. So if you guys have any questions throughout the presentation, you can see I mentioned here to enter them into the chat. We're having a couple technical issues, so the chat's not available. Just feel free to put a message into the message box that we now have set up. That'll go directly into my email, and I'm going to try to answer all of the questions that you guys have before the end of the call, if time permits. And I will try to answer those questions as we go on through the actual presentation. So if you have them, you don't need to wait until the end to enter them. I will try to answer them where they make sense. And then we'll also have a Q&A section at the end of the call. So why is this training important? It's a good question to be asking yourself. Well, the reason that it's important is because so many maid service owners out there have really quick little wins that they could take that would permanently increase their business. And so I used to run a maid service in Southern California in Orange County called Fast Friendly Spotless. And by the time that I was finished running that to move my focus over to the ZenMaid software, we'd managed to lower our actual management time on the business to less than 5 hours per week. We became marketing experts, me and my business partner at the time, and we had the business growing consistently with minimal work on marketing campaigns. So our business would actually grow in 5 hours of work per week. And the only time that we would invest more than 5 hours of work is if we wanted to put in a new marketing campaign into place. So in 2013, I sold the successful and systematized maid service. It was ready to be completely passed on to a new owner where nothing in the business was reliant on me. It ran completely without me, which is the way that every business should be. That as the owner, you guys really shouldn't need to be in the business every single day. You know, that's really the big idea. That's why you guys want to get started with this. So since selling that maid service, Fast Friendly Spotless, I've worked with almost 100 maid services to help both their businesses and the technology that they specifically use to maximize owners' free time, owners' profits, and everything else that I can do to help the specific business. So the big thing that I really want to emphasize here, though, is that it wasn't always like this in my business. I started Fast Friendly Spotless in 2012, and I spent almost a year, probably 9 to 11 months, that I was frustrated, I was disorganized, and there were costly mistakes going on in our business consistently. We struggled to find new clients, and it was difficult to pick up business regularly. Right? If somebody left us, it would actually hit us for a month or two until we were able to replace that. So what changed? I learned how to automate certain processes within my business. And I learned how to pass off specific work to a virtual assistant that I had hired. Now, I know a lot of you are already working with office assistants, which is a great, great step. But I was really forced to accelerate this when we were considering selling the business. I had to hire somebody, and I had to break down all of our processes to make sure that they could run without me being there. More importantly to our business, I learned how to market effectively. And by marketing, I don't just mean promoting our services to new clients and picking up new clients, but there was also a focus on our current clients of providing better service, of marketing our services better to them so we could sell them more services and that they would refer us to their friends. And then the big thing that we're going to talk about today is that technology and the internet allowed me to speed up my marketing and increase my effectiveness as I grew the business. So I wanted to show you guys a quick case study because we've actually run this webinar in the past, and we've had one specific customer of ZenMaid, Alejandro from the Clean Fairies, who actually took all 4 of these strategies and implemented them. In less than 6 weeks, he doubled his new customers. And number 4, which I'd mentioned to Mauricio earlier, of the instant booking form that you can set up on your website, that was the real moneymaker for him that we're going to talk about in just a little bit. Now, despite struggling with technology, Alejandro is now impressing his customers daily with his use of these tools. So the big question is, are you like Alejandro? Are you one of those maid service owners who got into the business because you love leaving customers happy and with clean, sparkling homes? But maybe technology isn't your big strong suit. Maybe it's something that, you have your son or you have a family friend who helps you with your website and stuff like that. Alejandro was in that exact same position. And so if you said yes to that, if that situation sounds like something that resonates with you, you should definitely keep watching until the end of this free training, because I'm going to show you how you can replicate these exact results to double your customers with no technical ability in the exact same fashion. So let's jump into it. What's number 1? The very first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fix your email signature. Now, why is this? It's because your email signature is seen by almost every single person that you interact with online. When a customer emails you and needs to reschedule an appointment and you respond, they can see all of your information in your email signature. When potential customers sit here and email you, your email signature is what's going to give them all of the information that they need about your company. Vendors are going to want to see your ratings and your reviews online. And so are potential referral sources, whether they be customers, whether they be local vendors, or even competitors that just can't handle like the new business and want to pass it off to you. The big idea here is that email signatures can make it easy for people to give others your information. So when somebody wants to refer you new business, all they have to do is forward any email that they've ever received from you, because you're providing all the information that they need right there in the signature. Now, the other thing, going back to the example I just mentioned, is that if somebody needs to reschedule with you, nothing makes their life easier than being able to pull up any email that they've gotten from you recently and have your contact information right there to contact you. It's a really little thing. It's probably not ever going to get you new customers or anything like that, but it adds up to sit here and create a great customer experience for your end user. So, what does a great email signature look like? Well, there are a couple things that are recommended and a couple things that are really required for every great email signature. So the first thing that's required is actually your company name and your logo. I know that I have your name listed first on this document, but it's actually your company name and your logo. And the reason for that is because a lot of companies, and some of the ones that are listening right now, I believe Karen and Sharon, your guys' businesses are big enough that you guys might not actually want to have the owner name on there if you're never interacting with your customers anymore, because you've got a couple people that are hired on the phones that are answering calls and stuff like that. It is usually a nice little personal touch, so you might want to include the owner name on there. But one thing that's definitely required is your company name, and the logo is highly, highly recommended because of how professional it makes you look. 2 other requirements are going to be your phone number and your website for all of the reasons that I just outlined. And then a couple things that can really help an email signature and can turn it into a good or a decent email signature and turn it into a great one is having a slogan or branding, something for them to remember you by. And then also a link to either Yelp, Angie's List, Google Places, whatever it may be, so that people can view the reviews of other customers that have worked with you in the past. And that's just the basic concept of social proof. So we just talked about what goes into a great email signature, and so I wanted to provide you guys a quick example. So you can see a message that I sent recently. Hey Sharon, awesome presentation last week, and thanks again for hosting the Rags to Riches event. This is an email from probably back in August or November in Virginia Beach. I'll see you the next time, Amar. You can see down at the bottom, I have my name and my title, Amar Ghosh, CEO and co-founder. Then I have Zenmade.com software. And really looking at it now, Zenmade.com should really be hyperlinked. People should be able to click on that link and to be able to go directly to Zenmade.com. You can see we have the email address, amar@zenmade.com. And then we also have a phone number, and I actually have two there. We have our actual phone number, which is 747-222-6243. But the first one that I provide is 747, like the airplane, AAA made. Now, the reason is because that first number, with the letters, is actually much easier to remember. So you guys may be wondering how we got such an awesome phone number of AAA made, because that was actually our phone number for Fast Friendly Spotless back in the day. And the answer there is actually Google Voice. I can write up an article about that if you guys are interested on how to go about getting a custom number so that you can do cool things like that to make it easy to remember. Now, the final piece of this signature, and I really want to emphasize this because it really did do a lot for us specifically at Zenmade, is check out our Capterra page for reviews of Zenmade, the first and only marketing and management software for maid services. Now, that link takes you to our Capterra page. If you look up Capterra Zenmade on Google, or I can link it in the presentation notes. Actually, it looks like Arun is linking below, so you guys can actually see it right now below and click. You can see that we have 9 full 5-star reviews on that website from customers that love our software. And so what happens is that anytime a potential prospect emails me, receives an email back, and sees that link, they're going to sit here and trust us more. They're going to sit here and believe more in our software and give us more of a chance. They're more likely to read our emails. They're more likely to respond to phone calls. They're more likely to reach out when they need a software in the future. And this is exactly what you can do if you're interacting with somebody that might need house cleaning services in your area in the near future. Quick win number 2, a pro-looking email address. Now, this is going to tie very closely into point number 1 of having a great email signature. But the other thing that can really be a difference maker for you in terms of making a great first impression and making customers feel like they're signing with a professional service. Doesn't necessarily have to be a really large service. It can still be a small family like run business, but just have that professional feel. Is you want to have a pro-looking email address. And by that, I just mean that you want to have @yourcompany.com. So the big question here is, did you register for this training with a Gmail address or with a Yahoo address? Now, I don't want to call anyone out here, but I've already counted 3 people on the webinar right now. You guys probably know who you are that did register for this with Gmail or Yahoo accounts. And so that may just be your personal emails. Maybe you guys have company addresses as well. But if you don't have company addresses, I cannot stress this enough because, again, it's such a quick win. You just have to set it up one time, and it'll make you look more professional every single time you send out an email from here on out. Now, if you don't have a website, if you're just getting started, feel free to reach out to me after the webinar or to contact me right now. If you want to just shoot me a message down below. Zenmade did start offering website services, and because we specialize with maid services specifically, it's very, very affordable because it's what we do. So feel free to reach out to me if you guys are having problems with that. And then if you guys do already have a website, you're probably going to want to know how to set up a professional email if you are not already using one. So this is something that I was really hoping to be able to walk you guys through on this training, but unfortunately setting up that email address is really dependent on the host that you're using for your website. So it's most likely that you're going to need access to either your hosting website or to your cPanel, which is a login that helps you to manage all of your websites online. And once you do that, it should be pretty straightforward as to how to create an email address. Setting up the forwarding can be a little bit more difficult, but it is possible to solve. This is another thing I'd like to offer you guys help on. Unlike the websites, this would be completely pro bono. If you guys need any help setting up an email address for your company and you can't figure it out, just shoot me a quick email at amar@zenmade.com and I can go through and try to get that set up for you, or have my technical partner step in if it's something that I'm not able to solve. And this little service that we're offering is only to the people that are viewing this webinar, so feel free to ping me about that. I'd wanted to give you guys a little taste for what it's like to be on the ZenMaid team and to be working with ZenMaid as a customer of ours, that we will always go above and beyond to help you guys with little technical things like this. We fully understand that we're more the experts here than the vast majority of our maid services, so when you run into a problem, it might take you 5 to 10 hours to solve, or you might have to pay somebody $100, $200 to come in and to sit here and fix these issues, where it's oftentimes the kind of thing that we can come in 5 minutes and just fix it quick because we know exactly what to look for, or we've already solved it for another maid service in the past. That's a little bit of a non sequitur, but if you guys do want any help with that, please feel free to reach out. We're always happy to help. Just shoot me an email at amar@zenmade.com. So on to point number 3. Point number 3 is to ask for referrals. Now, why is asking for referrals so important? The reason is because when you ask your customers for referrals and your customers oblige, every time that your customer refers you somebody new, you're essentially making that individual customer that's giving the referral worth more. So think about right now, if for every customer that you have, you make, let's say, $100 per month in total profits off of them. Now imagine that 1 out of every 5 customers refers you another customer that's just like them. Now, when you look at your individual customers and you land somebody new, instead of that person being worth $100 a month to you, they could potentially be worth $120 a month to you if they refer, or if they're that 1 in 5 that sits here and refers you somebody else. And so the big thing here is that when you know that your customers are worth more money, you can spend more money on marketing. You can spend more money on impressing them and providing great service, leaving chocolates in their house for them, flowers when you come, once a month or whatever it may be, because you understand that you have a little bit more money to sit here and really impress them. So how do you go about getting referrals? Well, it sounds really obvious, but the key is to ask, right? You have to ask every single customer consistently for 3 things. And all 3 of these things play into getting referrals. Now, of course, referrals is actually one of these, but the 3 things that you always have to ask for are feedback, referrals, and reviews and ratings. Now, the reason that you ask for feedback is because anytime you have a customer who's happy with your service and they don't have negative feedback for you, they don't even have to be happy with your service. Anytime a customer does not have negative feedback for you and you ask them for feedback, in their head, they're going to rationalize that they like you even more than they already do. So then when you ask for feedback, they feel like you care about their actual service, about their actual happiness, and about them as people, which is going to directly increase their willingness to leave you reviews and ratings. And so we've already talked about this with the email signatures of how Capterra helps ZenMaid to get new business. This is exactly what I want you guys to do, is ask everyone for referrals, feedback, and reviews so that you can get 20 or 30 or 50 5-star Yelp reviews and ratings. Now, both the feedback and the reviews and ratings are going to play directly into your referrals. Because anyone that sits here and gives you good feedback or doesn't give you negative feedback, and then goes to Yelp or Google Places or Angie's List and leaves you a 5-star review, when you ask them for a referral, now you're sitting there and you're not asking them to sit here and help your business. You can frame it in a way of, look, you love our service. We're sitting here and leaving you with a clean and happy home every single week. You'd be doing your friends a disservice to not point them our direction, because you want that for your friends, right? And so there might be better ways of phrasing that, but the big thing is that if they give you positive feedback and they give you positive reviews, you will be able to collect more referrals. The other awesome thing about increasing your reviews and ratings is that improving those will directly lead to more business for your maid service. Why? Because these sites all drive traffic individually. That Yelp has plenty of people coming to it every day, the same way that Google does, the same way that Angie's List does, and there are people that are searching for maid services in your area. So when you have a bunch of 5-star reviews on those sites, it's going to directly increase your chances of somebody clicking on your company page and then actually contacting you for service. So a question that I often get asked is, when do you ask for referrals? What's the best time? Now, the truth is, the timing of asking for referrals is somewhat important, but it's a lot more important to get consistency. That if you can consistently ask people for referrals, that's going to be infinitely better than asking them at the perfect time, but not doing it consistently. So what we recommend at ZenMaid is always asking after the first appointment, and there are a couple reasons for this. First of all, your teams are generally going to perform better the first time that they sit here and go into someone's house. Now, we'd like to all believe that this isn't the case, but we all know deep down that when you're trying to land that first customer and you're trying to land them on their first appointment, you're trying to turn it into a regular cleaning, you and your cleaners are always going to go a little bit more out of your way than you typically would. So asking for feedback after the first appointment is oftentimes the best place that you can collect the most positive feedback, right? It's also the time that you're most likely to get referrals because you're freshest in their head. You're least likely to be taken for granted by your newest customer. So the big thing is to ask for referrals after every single first appointment, and that's a great habit to get into because it'll add consistency to your business. After your first appointment, what you want to do is you want to ask for referrals regularly, but not too often to the point that you're spamming your customers. And so that might be anywhere from once a quarter to maybe once every month and a half or 2 months, probably around 4 to 8 times per year. Now, the more personalized you can make a referral is always going to be better. The more personalized an email you can write, less of a template or anything along those lines, the more personalized, the better. Now, another big thing that you can do to drive referrals is to train your cleaners or your team leaders if you have specific employees that communicate with your customers. Train them to ask for referrals whenever they know that they delivered a great customer experience. Now, Ken, for you, it might be Consuela in the front office who just talked to one of the customers recently and just had a really great conversation, that she connected with them over, let's say, something local in the area. Maybe their kids know each other or anything along those lines. When you train your cleaners to recognize those great customer interactions, even if they're not directly related to the cleaning, that's the best time for you and your employees to ask for referrals from your customers, because they're going to have such a positive mental image with you and such a positive association with your company. They're highly likely to make that referral and to send you new business. So we've gone through the first 3 tips now, and we're on to number 4. Now, I'd mentioned previously that number 4 was the big strategy that Alejandro from the Clean Fairies implemented that was the game changer for his business. And it was a game changer for us at Fast Friendly Spotless as well. So to start, the very first thing is just, if you guys are not currently collecting email addresses on your website, you're literally throwing money away. Because the vast majority of people that are viewing your website are interested in some capacity to purchase your service, or they're looking for a home cleaning service and they're deciding which one to go with. Now, the thing is that the vast majority of people that visit your website, probably 80% of them, are not ready to buy right then and there. And so it's really important that you grab their email address when you can, so that you can sit here and follow up with them and give them a chance to actually come back to you without having to do so on their own accord. So if you're not already collecting email addresses, that is an absolute must. Again, that's something that we can help you with here at ZenMaid. But if you really want to up your game, if you really want to do something special here, you're going to want to put an instant booking form on your website. Now, we call this an instant booking form because it's a great marketing tool, but I don't want anyone to get concerned about people being able to actually schedule appointments on your calendar without your permission. This is something that we ran into a lot with when we were first starting out with ZenMaid, that a lot of maid service owners out there don't want Susie in the next town over to be able to decide that 3 days from now she wants an appointment right at 9 a.m. So instead, what you guys are going to want to set up for your instant booking form is a full estimate form where people provide you all of their contact information, their bedrooms, their bathrooms, and any other information that you want to collect. And then you want to set the form up to show them a price. It doesn't have to be an exact price. It can be an estimate or a quote, not guaranteed. And it allows them to choose a time that they would like service. This is all about the wording. Now, what happens is when people fill this out, they're going to feel like they're going to be getting service from you. You're going to be giving them a call back, and it makes their lives really easy. It makes them more likely to sit here and sign up with you, and it also makes your guys' lives a lot easier. Now, why is this? It's because the people who are going to contact you using this instant booking form won't really need to be sold because they've already seen an estimate of your price. Now, even if that price changes a little bit, all that you're going to have to do is give them a phone call, talk to them about their specific needs, and give them a final price. And hopefully that's right around where the estimate form came in, so there's not too much selling. So you literally call them, put them on the calendar, and boom, profits. So here's an example booking form from ZenMaid on one of our customers' websites. Now, what you can see here is that under step 3, we obviously skipped the first 2 steps, but step 3 asks for the appointment details, the date and time of service. Notice that we only offer them a start time range, not a specific time, so that your customers don't believe that you're going to be there right at 9 a.m. because they click the book button right here. We ask them for the number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, if they need a deep clean, or if they need pets. This form can be completely customized to ask any information that you want to. And then they can put in special requests. You can see down at the bottom that we have an estimated price of $95 for this appointment. And now what happens is when the person books, you're going to receive an email that's going to have all of their contact information, all of the information from this form, and a clickable phone number for you to give them a call and to land new business right then and there. So I know that earlier we had talked about Alejandro's experience with this, and I'd want to show you guys another quick case study from Fast, Friendly, Spotless, because a lot of the tips that we're talking about today actually directly led to the creation of the ZenMaid software. So with Fast, Friendly, Spotless in Orange County in California, we actually generated 90% of our customers directly through this website booking form. Now, that's because we used Google AdWords to direct traffic to our website, which highlighted this form as the easiest way for people to get their homes cleaned fast. And our ads on Google even advertised instant online booking. So it was a nice little system that we put into place that drove a ton of traffic and got a ton of people just providing their information. So I literally gave them a call, put them on the calendar, and my team would take care of them the next day or the day after, whenever it was. So the majority of other business that we had came through referrals, meaning that we had minimal phone calls necessary to gain trust. So 90% of our customers would come directly to the website booking form, and that would actually include referrals, that we would have someone that would tell one of their friends who would then visit our website, book instantly, and we'd actually find out when we were going to clean their home that they'd been referred by one of our current customers. Our secondary source of leads after referrals was actually Yelp. And again, Yelp drove traffic directly to our landing page where people would enter their information to book instantly. And again, we emphasize this on our Yelp page as well. So thanks to all of this, we had minimal management time necessary due to automatic reminders for scheduling. We had automatic follow-ups to help us build our reputation online. And we'd set up an instant booking form to make it easy to pick up new customers consistently through Google AdWords. All of this sat here and totaled about 5 hours per week in necessary work, including just basic communication with employees, but our system would sit here and take care of most of that as well. And all of this again led directly to the development of ZenMaid software and the services that we currently offer, including website services and Google AdWords. Over the last 20 to 30 minutes, you guys have learned exactly how to quickly increase your business and your new cleanings and profits today. But you're probably wondering how to do all of this if you don't know how to code or you don't understand the strategy. Well, the great news is, as you've seen from the past couple slides, is that we've created a tool that we can offer to you today that allows you to do all of this and will be there by your side the entire way. So the ZenMaid software for new cleaning businesses offers an easy-to-use scheduling system to manage your entire business. We'll send out reminder and follow-up emails for your customers automatically, each personalized and customized to leave a great impression. We'll automatically follow up with your customers after their appointments to request referrals and reviews and feedback. And finally, by simply finalizing your schedule, we'll actually automatically notify your employees of where they need to be and when, which significantly cuts down on the amount of time that you need to manage your employees. Now, some of you guys may be thinking, well, I'm not a new business. Is ZenMaid really for me? And the answer is yes. We also have ZenMaid for established maid services, some of the actual largest ones in the country, and we're talking to a franchise right now to bring them on board. So with ZenMaid for established maid services, we're going to offer you everything that comes along with the new cleaning business package. We'll also add in an instant booking form for instant new business. And we'll throw in credit card processing, which you can do with a couple clicks of a button, or you can charge all of your outstanding appointments at the end of the week or the end of the month, whatever works into your process. Our premium package also comes with time monthly with me to assist you with your marketing and your systems. And then as mentioned before, we also have a separate service through Google AdWords where we'll send real people in your area that are looking specifically for cleaning directly to your website so they can sign up with you. So ZenMaid for new businesses is essentially a full-time office assistant. We've had multiple customers that have signed up for us when they were close to hiring a full-time office assistant, literally within 2 to 4 weeks of needing somebody, or they weren't going to be able to manage their business. And we've had them 6 months to a year later calling us, telling us that the ZenMaid system is still helping them to organize and they haven't needed to hire somebody full-time yet. Now, ideally, you guys do want to get to that point where you have a full-time assistant, but you want them working on the highest value activities, not on things that you could be paying a small amount of money per month to get done on autopilot with 100% consistency. So if you're a more established business that already has a full-time assistant, what ZenMaid will do is we'll turn that assistant into a marketing and collections manager for your business. By them managing your schedule and being on the calendar every single day, they're going to remove a large portion of the marketing that you currently need to do, or they currently need to do. And you're going to remove a ton of hours from their collections process so that they can focus on more important things to help your business grow. So I'm going to give you guys about 10 to 15 seconds here, just in your head. Think about what a system like this would be worth to your business. How much time is this going to save you? And how much more money is it going to make you? How much more productive is it going to make you personally? And how much more productive is it going to make your office assistant and your employees and cleaners? So some of you might be guessing, as we've heard in the past, that a system like this could easily be worth a couple $100s a month. The vast majority of you that already have full-time assistants know how expensive it can be to sit here and bring someone on full-time. Even at part-time, you're looking at a minimum of probably $1,000 a month to have someone sitting here and making phone calls, sending out reminders, and doing a bunch of the things that ZenMaid will do for you. Well, ZenMaid for new cleaning businesses is actually available for only $49 a month. So if you guys are interested in doing a trial and seeing what the software can do for you, you can check out zenmaid.com/getting started. Now again, with this software, we'll make it easy to use for your scheduling and your calendar, and will help you manage your entire business. We can set up reminders and follow-up emails for your customers, all personalized to leave a great impression. And we can automatically request referrals from those clients after their appointments. Finally, we'll help you to run your entire business by communicating with your employees on autopilot once you've finalized your schedule on a daily basis. Now, for those of you with established businesses, you guys may have guessed something a little bit higher, more than $1,000 per month, as to what this could be worth to your business. And of course, the reason for that is that with the instant booking form, you're going to be continuously cutting down on your amount of management time and getting new customers, but it's also actually going to help your business. So now not only are we helping you to save time, we're also directly helping you to make considerably more money. So again, what was that number that you guys were thinking of if you're an established business? Well, the answer is less than $100 a month. A lot of people are sitting here and thinking $1,500, $2,000, even $3,000 a month, depending on how aggressive they wanted to get with their marketing and with hiring a marketing manager. Well, today you guys can access ZenMaid for only $99 a month. That includes the full credit card processing, time monthly with me to help your marketing and your business systems. Has a separate service if you guys are really ready to grow. We can set you guys up with Google AdWords, which will bring in consistent traffic to your website to help you guys grow. So if you're ready to bring on 5, 10, 20 new customers a month automatically, feel free to shoot me a message about that. If you're more focused on the ZenMaid software today, please check out zenmaid.com/time-to-grow to get started on a 14-day free trial of our software so you can see just how much it can help you, your business, and your office assistants. So as a free bonus for attending this webinar, if you guys visit our sign-up form right now and sign up for the free 14-day trial, we'll include a couple bonuses for you that are only available today to help you guys get started. So first of all, we have a done-for-you setup that's valued at $200. Now, the ZenMaid software is extremely easy to use. It's something that we pride ourselves on. So regardless, you guys are going to be able to get in there, and within 5 minutes of signing up, you'll be able to create your first customer, create your first employee, and create your first appointment. But if you guys are sitting here and are moving over from another software, you guys might need to recreate your entire schedules and your entire customer databases. So what we'll do for you as part of the done for you setup is you send me over the information that you have on your customers. Or if you want to make it even easier, you can just send me login information to your current software. And we'll export everything that we need and upload all of your customer information into the ZenMaid system so you can go through and recreate your entire current schedule in about 10 to 30 minutes. It's a very, very quick process. Number two that we just spoken about is you're going to immediately be able to stop paying your assistant for low value activities like email reminders that are the exact same every time, or text messages to your employees. And this is going to allow her to really focus on how she can help your business, whether that be through new marketing campaigns, improving systems, improving documentation. There's a wide variety of things that your assistant can do once we open up this time. Or if you're on the smaller side, we can sit here and we can help you guys to open up your own time so you can focus on these things. Going back to number one thing that I'd forgotten is included in the Done For You setup is also the instant booking form that we had discussed for the premium or enterprise plan that will be taken care of for you at no additional cost, just the monthly cost, no setup fee whatsoever. The number 3 free bonus for attending this webinar today, if you sign up for a trial, is a 30-minute consulting call with me to get your marketing and business plan in place. Now, this call is normally valued at $300. That might seem a little bit high to you guys, but this call is specifically meant to put you guys on a path to grow your business, not just in the immediate future, because we'll focus on quick wins on this call, just like today's webinar, but also how to set you guys up to succeed 3 months from now, 6 months from now, and put the processes in place that a year from now, you've doubled your business and are growing faster than ever. For those companies, if you sign up for our upper plan level, you can also get an additional 30 minutes on the call with me. That additional 30 minutes is focused on how to best use the instant booking form that will set up for your business, because this is just one of the greatest things that you can sit here and use to grow your business. And there's a lot of great ways that you can maximize the value there. And finally, number 5, you guys are going to get access to our mastermind group on LinkedIn that has multiple maid services just like you, as well as regular access to me for any questions that you might have, so we can get a group discussion going. Now, this is something you guys can actually access anyways. I can send you guys a link after the webinar, but we are going to be making this exclusive very, very soon and probably putting together a special group just for ZenMaid clients. Currently, you can actually find this. I believe that's available at zenmaid.com/LinkedIn. If that's not, I'll put that up after the call and send that to you guys in the follow-up. Now, because I can't take strategy calls with everyone, we're limiting these bonuses to the first 5 people that sign up. So if you're one of the next 5 people to buy, you'll get all the bonuses I just discussed on the previous slide, plus all of the features of the ZenMaid software. If you're a newer business, you can head to zenmaid.com/getting started right now, and in a matter of minutes, we'll have you up and running with your cleaning business. We can help you guys to save time, get more referrals, and plenty of little things that I myself have struggled through, and lots of the maid services that I currently work with are struggling through to get a business off the ground. If you're a more established service, you're ready to take on new clients, you've got a lot of good process in place, check out zenmaid.com/time to grow. Of course, if you guys have any questions, you can give me a call. You can call me at 747-222-6243. That's 747-AAA-MAID. You guys can give me a call right now. I'm obviously not going to be able to answer, so you guys can wait an hour or so if you want to give me a call after this webinar, or if you just want to shoot me over a message, leave me a quick voicemail. I can get back to you later this afternoon or first thing on Monday when you guys are back in the office. Of course, if you guys would prefer to schedule a more personal demo, see the software on a live screen share, I'm happy to do that. Just shoot me an email at amar@zenmaid.com. And I'm just looking through here. I just wanted to thank the couple people that actually did sign up while I was running through that. Looks like Mauricio, Lisa, and Heidi have already signed up. So I'll be in contact with all 3 of you guys in the next couple days. Mauricio, I know we'd already spoken on the phone. Glad you finally pulled the trigger on that. And I'll be reaching out to you guys shortly. So far, what you guys have learned on this webinar: how to use your email address and your signature as a marketing weapon to generate new business regularly. You guys have learned why asking for referrals is the difference between a mediocre maid service and a massive maid service. You guys have learned how to get new leads and customers without even a phone call. And finally, I've shown you guys how you can implement all of this today so that it'll permanently help your business going forward. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to throw them out right now. You guys can send me a quick email. I was really hoping that the chat would be working right now, so just shoot me a quick email and I can get back to you guys on any questions that you have right now. Again, remember, there's only 2 spots left now. If you are a newer business, visit zenmade.com/getting started. If you're an established service, you can do zenmade.com/time to grow. As I stated a couple minutes ago, you can give me a call if you guys have any further questions, 747-AAA-MADE. Or if you'd like to schedule a personal demo with me, a one-on-one screen share, email me at amar@zenmade. All right, so it looks like we've got a couple questions here coming in right now. First one is from Donna. Donna, thank you very much for the question. So Donna's question is, what do I do with my website and my email address if I'm no longer in contact with the person that built it for me? So Donna, that's a really great question. What I would recommend, I mean, first thing, you've got to go out of your way to sit here and get in contact with those people or figure out what your login information is to your website. The big thing that I would really focus on, that this is something that I recommend to all of the ZenMaid clients and maid services that I speak with, is I would probably start from scratch and rebuild your website in WordPress. Now, the reason for this is I read an interesting stat lately that's pretty amazing, but WordPress, if you guys aren't familiar with it, is a great tool for building websites and for building just pages and all sorts of things. Now, get this, 22% of all websites on the internet are powered by WordPress. So the reason that I recommend using that is that if you guys get that site built through us at ZenMaid, or you get it built through anyone else that's out there, family, friend, whatever it may be, there's an endless stream of developers that are experts at WordPress. And you can find people that are very, very cheap to work on your stuff, literally less than $5 an hour if you're looking overseas, less than $10 an hour for someone in North America to come in and make edits. And so my big recommendation there is build your website on WordPress so that you're not held hostage to any website provider that might have built this for you in the past. And then also doing that just gives you a lot of flexibility on your website. It makes it really easy to set up these email addresses that we've been talking about. So that's a really great thing to do. Looks like we've got a question from Mauricio about the instant booking forms. What do you do if an instant booking form gives a quote that is completely off base? So this is something that will happen on occasion. One thing that it's good to note is that generally if the person signs up and the actual price is lower than the one they were quoted, of course they're going to be happy about that. They call you expecting it to be $200. You say, oh, with those details, it's actually only $150. That's going to be a good thing, right? But if it does come out that, you know, you quote them 150 online, you get them on the phone, it's going to be 200. There's a couple different things that you can do. So when you're talking to them, you want to emphasize to them and emphasize on your instant booking form that this is only a quote. You know, it is technology. It can't be 100% accurate, right? And then the other thing is when you're talking to them is explaining to them why the quote was off. So, you know, you mentioned that you had 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. You said it was a clean state, but from these questions that I'm asking you, it's clear that it's not. You know, if you'd marked it as this, you would have seen the price was actually $190. And so, you know, the quoting system was actually pretty accurate. We just didn't have all the information that we needed. So that's a really, really important thing. The other thing, though, is that you guys want to keep an eye on your actual instant booking forms, because if your instant booking form is constantly telling people that a service that would actually cost them $200 is going to cost them $300, then you're costing yourself business, because there's plenty of people out there that would be willing to call you for $200 or click the book button for $200, but not for $300. And so if you're looking at something like that, that really has to do with paying close attention to your actual instant booking form when you first put it up, and then also checking it on an ongoing basis. And that's something that's actually provided by ZenMaid. If you guys do the instant booking form through us, we'll make sure that it's always giving proper quotes and that it's not going to sit here and mess with your business. I'm getting word from my technical partner that we're going to have to be shutting this off quick in order to keep a recording. That it looks like it's good. Google Hangouts is about to cut me off in just a couple minutes here. If you guys have any more questions, throw them into the chat right now. I'm going to try to get to one or two more, but there's a good chance that I'm just going to respond to your guys' emails once the webinar is complete. All right, and last question here is from Javier. Javier wants to know how our software compares to some of the other softwares that are out there, because he's looked at a couple. Looks like he's listed, looks like he's currently on Google Calendar for my notes here. So Javier, the big difference between ZenMaid and the other systems that are out there is that we focus on making everything possible to happen within your business based only on your scheduling. And the reason for that is that everyone watching this call has to manage their calendar. They have to know when they have to be at specific appointments and what those appointment details are. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in business. And so what our system does is our system takes those details and immediately puts together emails for the customers. It puts together emails and text messages for the employees. It helps you guys to manage the business just based on that information. So if you look at some of our competitors out there, the vast majority of them, I'd say 90% of them, focus only on the management side of your software, but they don't consider communicating with your employees to be management, right? Which we all know is a pretty big fallacy, right? That talking to your employees is probably the biggest part of managing your business. And so what ZenMaid does is we'll automatically communicate with them to keep them on the same page. So again, all you have to do is finalize your schedule, as opposed to organizing your information, then having to take the time to pass all of that over to your customers or to pass it all over to your employees so they know where to go, which takes a lot of services, 1, 2, 3 hours a day. Even if they're already using a software that's a quote unquote competitor of ours, we can knock out all of that time for you. And then of course we have a bunch of things that help you guys to grow once we help you with that management. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. I'm going to be signing off so we can make sure to get this recording. I'm really hoping I don't get cut off like mid-sentence here or anything. There are still 2 spots left. It actually looks like one more person has signed up. There's only 1 spot left. I'm going to leave that offer up for another 30 minutes or so that, we do get to those 5 people that we're looking for to get started with like this week. If you are interested, head over to zenmaid.com/getting started or zenmaid.com/time to grow. Put in your stuff and we can talk after that. You guys really want to jump on those bonuses if you guys are considering. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this. I really, really hope that it was helpful. If you guys have any feedback or there's anything that I can do to help you guys to grow your business, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always available by phone or by email. Cheers, guys. Have a great Saturday.